What's up guys, unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an overview of update on Ahsoka Season 2. That's right, we've gathered so much new information about the upcoming season on Disney Plus of the show that it's due for an overview update. So with all of this here in mind, of course, we are going to be talking about everything that we know just about of Ahsoka Season 2 right now, breaking it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel, so if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. I think as we already all know, Ahsoka Season 2 was officially confirmed and announced to be on the way over Lucasfilm, so fans naturally are kind of wondering when it's actually going to be released, who's going to make up the cast, what's the plot all going to be about. So, based off of Season 1 of Ahsoka was a hit for Disney and Lucasfilm when it debuted on the Disney Plus streaming service in late of last year. When Season 1 had came to its conclusion, many simply asked whether the Rosario Dawson-led series would be renewed for a second installment for many different reasons, but really the main leading factor to it is much of the plot kind of holes and plot details that had went on. It just didn't come full circle. It was left very open-ended essentially, and kind of just left that room for them to continue that story in a possible potential second season. And of course, looking at the flip side of things there as well, there's plenty of reason for Disney wanting to go after it. Money, the House of Mouse, being honest with you guys. The viewership numbers were there, of course. Many were subscribing to Disney Plus really just for this show. Many were watching it as it is one of the most streamed Disney Plus shows. Not just that, but one of the most streamed shows, period, beating out Netflix, HBO, all of its competitors. There's plenty of merchandise that had also went on with this show that made Disney even more money. Then there's of course other factors that us fans more or less care about. As I had mentioned, the way that Season 1 simply ended with that open-ended kind of not coming full circle, it left it open for a second installment. The passing of the late Ray Stevenson, who takes on Baylan Skoll's character as well, had left many questions for what was going to go on with his character, his whole story, and everything of that nature with a possible potential Ahsoka Season 2. So of course, as I had also mentioned, now that we know that Season 2 of Ahsoka is a thing, it is confirmed, Lucasfilm officially having announced it in January of this year, that Ahsoka Season 2 was in development with the creator Dave Filoni returning to the lead creative duties and taking on the writing and most of the directing duties for the second season. Although Season 2 was officially announced by Lucasfilm, nothing else was really attached to it besides some concept art. No release date has been given as of the writing. However, we are able to take a few educated guesses at that. It's confirmed that Dave Filoni's upcoming feature film, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, will also be released on May 22nd of 2026. So the Ahsoka Season 2 can either come before that or after that. And in my own thoughts and opinions, I think that Ahsoka Season 2 is honestly going to come after that. It's also still not entirely 110% clear as to what this movie is going to include. Whether it will take place of The Mandalorian Season 4, when exactly it is taking place on the Star Wars timeline, if it's going to include any of the other Mandoverse characters and storylines like Ahsoka Season 2 or even the Book of Boba Fett as well, or if it's just going to be strictly on and about The Mandalorian and Grogu, hence its name. In a narrative sense, it does not matter what will exactly go on in this movie, seeing as of how Ahsoka and Sabine Wren are still on this planet of Peridia in an entirely different galaxy. So unless they want to travel there, they're kind of untouched in a way. Aside from those plot details though, however, that kind of contribute to the idea and the fact that Ahsoka and Sabine wouldn't be able to kind of participate in this movie, there's also that leading factor of that, well, since Filoni will also be directing the film and working on a majority of it, will also be extremely hands-on with Ahsoka Season 2, he likely just won't be able to work on them at the same time. And that it seems that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is ahead of that as it looks to begin filming really in just a couple of weeks, although I'll talk about more of that in a separate future video here on the channel. Although it's not been entirely 110% confirmed, it is quite likely that Ahsoka Season 2 will still be released before The Mandalorian and Grogu, is what the Direct's article reads, but as I had also kind of just told you guys, I think that Ahsoka Season 2 is going to come after that. I think that Dave Filoni is just simply too busy with everything else that he has going on at Lucasfilm. We also have to take into consideration that he is the Chief Creative Officer over at Lucasfilm, and that he is working on just about anything and everything Star Wars related now. He's not just kind of picking and choosing his projects exactly. So as you guys can kind of tell, there's much of many mixed kind of reactions, not reactions, but kind of just ideas out there if Ahsoka Season 2 is coming before or after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think the most important leading factor to that and to the note is that production still hasn't started on Season 2, so fans shouldn't expect to see it in 2024 of course, but it is a possible potential that the new installment could be released sometime in 2025, more or less, or quite likely, way later in the year. If so, it will likely be the last Disney Plus project to be released before the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, but they'd have to put the kind of pedal to the metal, as per se, and really get going on Ahsoka Season 2. And so, lastly, taking a look of exactly what is going to go on with Ahsoka Season 2. What's going to happen in Ahsoka Season 2 based off of some of the kind of leading factors and plot details that had went on with Ahsoka Season 1, really just the way that it ended. Since Ahsoka Season 1 finally introduces an entirely new galaxy that Ahsoka and Sabine are trapped in, it is reasonable to expect that at least a good portion of Season 2 would take place there. And in all honesty, it seems that maybe even a big potential and a big chunk of Season 2 is really going to be about them trying to find their way back to the main Star Wars galaxy. At the end of Season 1, Balin's skull was also called by something or someone of more, which is why he had left his apprentice Shin Hati behind. The person, creature, or being that has called to him could really be anything or anyone, and there's been so many theories out there, so by which I would love to hear what you guys all think in the comments down below. But it's simply no accident that he stood on that statue of the father of Mortis, and that those statues are even a thing in there, which is crazy. Easily teasing that they could have something to do with this planet of Peridia, and really the upcoming season. It is also quite possible that abeloth, once the mother, could be also trapped on the planet of Peridia, and that she is the one that could be calling to Balin. But as I had mentioned, there's so many theories out there, and really it could be anything or anyone. If he does seek her out in Season 2 and ends up releasing her actually, fans could see Ahsoka and Sabine unite with Shin Hati to save Balin. Which, of course, it could also lead to even having Balin joining forces with them too, vice versa, which would showcase 4 powerful Force users all in one all-out war against one of the universe's most powerful entities. But even then, I feel like that's something that could be saved for maybe a movie or something so much more even. Season 2 could also see the continuation of Grand Admiral Thrawn's story as well, and his lust to conquer the New Republic and bring back the Empire. This all being said though, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.